So I'm going to be going through my lipstick collection here, and I will be doing a little bit of a declutter. It's about time that I do a declutter. It's a bit long overdue. I do have a ton of lipsticks. I've always had a ton of lipsticks. This is not me trying to downsize from what I have here down to like 5 lipsticks. That's just never gonna happen. So I did want to mention, first of all, over here on the far left in this Walmart beauty box right here, this is housing all of my MAC lipsticks, all the different versions of the MAC lipsticks, and I am planning to do a whole video where I lip swatch these out, and then I will declutter some of those. So I'm not decluttering anything out of here today, just a heads up. That video, the lip swatch video on my MAC lipstick collection, is coming soon, but I wanted to touch on the rest of the lipsticks that I have here. So first of all, we're gonna go with the higher end section of my lipsticks. I try and house them between some, lower end drugstore versus some higher end lip products over here. So starting off right down here on the bottom, I have 3 of these Lancome lipsticks here, and these ones I received them through Octoly. I did a whole video on this where I tried them out on the lips. I will say I'm not a big red lipstick fan. I would prefer to just have 1, possibly 2 red lipsticks, and so I do know that one of these is red. This one is Impatient 172, and this one is the bright orangey red color. I really enjoy a bright orange, so this one's gonna stay for now. I also have this one right here. This is number 391, Exotic Orchid, and this one is more of like a mauve tone, so I'll hang on to that one as well. But I believe it's this last one here in number 151, Absolute Rouge, and this is probably the one that I'm going to be passing on. It's just a super bright red, true red lipstick. Maybe you'll be able to see. That is a horrible lip swatch there, but it's just a true red. And I know that this is a classic color, but unfortunately I just don't wear red enough to hang on to a ton of my red lipstick. So this one, I will pass this one on. I did appreciate that they sent these out to me to try out, and I do love these 2, but this guy's gonna be passed on to a friend or family member. So we'll set that one up here off out of the way. I do know that these 2 down here, these are the Bite lipstick duos. I have one in Palomino and Violet, and I really love these. This is Palomino. It's beautiful. Let me know if you know if Palomino is available in the full size. If it is, I'd rather just get the full size of that. But it has Violet on the other end. I should have worn this more. I just didn't. So this one, because it is so old, I'm gonna have to part with this one. This one, again, it has Fig and Date on the ends of this. This is way more of a neutral tone, and I was planning to try and finish this off, but I'd rather focus my attention on something that's not quite as old. So this one is Fig over here. Date was the more nude tone, and these are a little bit more of a warm tone lipstick, so I'm okay with passing these 2 on. I know that they're old enough to be gotten rid of. Then I have 2 of my Chanel lipsticks here. This is number 420 of the Rouge Coco line in Vera. I love this one. It's just a light nudie pink, which is, you're gonna see a theme here. I love this kind of a color, so I will hang on to that one. And this one is one of the Rouge Coco Shine in number 93, In Time. This is more of like a very pale mauve pink tone, so I'm hanging on to this one also because they're crazy expensive and I don't want to get rid of those. This is one that is a favorite, has been a long time favorite. I'll probably try and pan this one in 2018. This is one of the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy lipsticks in number 120, Desirable. It's like the perfect nude. I've used a lot out of here, so I'm going to hang on to that one. I love these. These are ones that I reach for in the fall time. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick in number 16, Voluptuous Violet. It looks really dark and scary in the tube, as you can see there, but it swatches out pretty sheer. It just adds a little bit of a purple tone to the lips. So these are perfect for the fall time, and I love this color specifically. Here's one that I just picked up from the Sephora Play Box. This is the Wander Beauty lipstick in Wanderberry. Yep, Wanderberry. It's really dark, but it's strange because it's like a red but a pink at the same time. It's just not something that I would reach for. It's a little too browny cranberry for my liking. I would prefer to wear like Rebel from MAC over this one, and I've only swatched it like twice, put it on the lips once, so I'm comfortable with passing this one on to someone. I'm gonna hang on to this one too. This is from Givenchy. This was also sent through the Octoly website. This is a beautiful lipstick. This is number 16 Noir Revelator from the Rouge Interdit vinyl line. I know I just butchered that, but it looks blackish gray in the tube, but you can use this to put over any other lipstick and it just gives it more of a berry tint. So as you see there, it doesn't look like much there, but once you put it over like a pink lipstick, it adds more of a berry tone, changes any lipstick that you have. So I'm hanging on to that one. I really enjoy this. I have two YSL lipsticks here. This is the Rouge Per Couture in number 26, I'm sorry. This one is a super pink, frosty, very bright lipstick. This was when I was in my light pink phase, and it's just way too frosty. It's like MAC Saint Germain, but on crack. So I'm gonna let this one go. As much as it pains me, this was like a $37 lipstick. I'm gonna have to let it go. I also have this little baby one of the Rouge Per Couture in number 70. I'm not sure the exact name of this, but this is more of like a rosy nude sort of color, and I would, I could definitely wear this on an everyday basis, so I'm hanging on to this one. Two more YSL lipsticks. I really want to see if I can pan these for 2018. I have Lingerie Pink, and then I have the nude one. I think it's number 1 or number 2. This is the nude one. That's all I have left in that. So I definitely want to finish this off. It wouldn't be very hard. It'd be pretty easy, honestly. So this is going to be one of the first lipsticks I pan in 2018. This one is the Lingerie Pink. This is number 7. And I had this in a project earlier this year, but I just didn't really focus much attention onto it. But I could totally pan it and pair it with something like this and have it finished incredibly fast. So I'll hang on to this for now, but it definitely needs to be gone by the end of 2018. Another little bunching here, a little mini of the Clinique Black Honey Almost Lipstick. I love these things. I finished off 2 of these little mini ones, so I'll hang on to it still for now. These are some of my favorite lipsticks that Sephora and Ulta offers. These are the Buxom super skinny lipsticks. I think they're called the Big and Healthy lipstick. I have one in Vienna and one in London. I've finished off 2 of the full sizes in Sydney. That one's my absolute favorite. It's just like a nude, but this is more of like a peachy nude sort of color. And then Vienna is more of just like a lighter pink color. So I'm going to hang on to both of these. They don't take very long to finish off. There's not much product in them to begin with. Here's another one that showed up through the Octoly website. This is from by Terry. This is the Rouge Expert Click Stick. And this one is in number 4, Rose Ease. This is beautiful. You actually click on the bottom here to push out a little bit of product. This is really pretty, so definitely hanging on to this. I love my pinks, as you guys see. There's definitely a theme on a couple of these. The Marc Jacobs little mini lipsticks. This one's in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This is a beautiful color. This actually made me fall in love with the Marc Jacobs line of lipsticks, and I do have a couple on my wish list now, but I want to finish off a handful before I purchase any of them. But this formula is fantastic if you haven't tried it, so definitely hanging on to this little guy. I have this one here from Kat Von D. I picked this out of a traveling makeup box swap. This is the one, the nude one that she took out of her line. It's in Celebutard. I know that it's not appropriate to say that, but I just wanted you to know the shade that I'm getting rid of. So that's a little swatch of it there. It's a bit nude for me. I could make it work, but I'd rather just pass this on because I don't know how old it was to begin with, so I'm just gonna let it go. So I kind of rearranged a few things just so it would be easier to see. I moved everything that I'm keeping back into this little bin right here, so maybe it's easier to see. Those along the top are still the ones that I'm planning to declutter or throw away, get rid of, pass on, what have you. This is what was left in this bin over here, so I kind of just swapped them. So back over onto these remaining lipsticks here. Over here on the left, I have one of these from Dior. This one right here. This is one of the Dior Addict lipsticks in number 368. This is Pink Cherie, and the reason why I got this one is because it kind of resembles my name, so as silly as that is. You can see I've used a decent amount out of this one, and let me show you all that's left. That's all that's left in this one, so I'm okay with hanging on to this and trying to finish it off in the upcoming year, so I'll hang on to this one. This one, again, is one that was sent to me through the Octoly website. This is from Givenchy. This is beautiful. I actually added this into one of my most recent favorites videos. This one is the number 304 Le Rouge Givenchy lipstick in number 304 Mandarin Bolero. And I just love the packaging detail on this guy. I love everything about it. So anyway, you kind of squeeze on the little pyramid studs to pull it out. And this one is kind of a red, but it's more of an orange based red. And like I said, I love the oranges. Obviously in this lighting, it's coming off a little bit more pink, but it is orange. Let me give a little swatch here. Hopefully you can see it's coming off a little bit more pink tone, but that one is like a bright orange, so I will be keeping that. I love my orange lipsticks. I would much rather wear an orange, a bright orange, over a red any day of the week, so we'll hang on to him. Then let's go with this guy because I definitely have a love-hate relationship with this lipstick here. This is one from Bare Minerals. You kind of squeeze the little thing here and push it down. This one is this is one of their Moxie lipsticks in Fly High, and I love the color of lipstick, but if you look on the side there, it broke off at the base within the first, I don't know, the first 30 days that I had it, and so every time that I apply it, it moves around in the lipstick and it is a hot mess. The color is stunning. I would wear this color every single day of my life if I could, but it's too much of a pain to apply this lipstick. So look at that. Even after I applied it, now it's smushed against the side and I have to push it back to the center just so it'll roll down without scraping all over against the lid. So it's just too much of a hassle. I love the lipstick, but I'm gonna let this one go. This one, this is a love. This is one of just the NARS lipsticks from the regular line. This one is in Roman Holiday, and I like it. It's just a very sheer, pale, kind of pink shade. Not too loud, not too pigmented. It's quite sheer. So that is built up quite a few swipes, and it just looks really nice. If you want something super casual when you're not wearing a ton of lipstick, I would go for this one. So I am keeping this one, and they don't really come with a ton of lipstick in these, and because it's so sheer, it wouldn't take too long to use it up. So hanging on to this one. I finally got my hands on one of the Kat Von D studded lipsticks, and I tried to pick up the liquid lipstick version of this, and it was just super chalky and cakey and flaky on the lips. I've heard a couple people say that this shade specifically in her liquid lipstick line is awful, but some of the other ones are good. It just dried my lips out insanely bad. So this is the shade A Go-Go. This is the epitome of fluorescent neon orange. This essentially glows on the lips. I don't even know if it'll show up true to tone, but it's fluorescent. So definitely keeping this guy. I had one of these from the old formula of her lipsticks and I loved it, and the fact that these are matte, I'm even more in love now. So definitely hanging on to that one. I have a couple little minis here. I haven't really had a chance to try these out for the most part. One of these is from Clinique. This is one of their Pop Glaze lipsticks in Bubblegum Pop number 06. And it's just a super sheer pink lipstick. You can see there's not a ton in the tube, but like I said, it's about as sheer as the NARS one. So I'm going to hang on to this. This feels super light on the lips. So hanging on to it until I get a more thorough opinion on the formula and how I like it. This one I picked up as a 100-point perk from Sephora. I thought it would be just a touch darker than it was, but that's okay. I can make this work. This is actually in Naked Dolly from the Too Faced line. And these have the most minuscule amount of lipstick in them. It wouldn't take long at all to finish this off, so I will hang on to this and see if I can incorporate it in to one of my looks or something when I'm wearing a really dark smoky eye. You're gonna have to excuse my hand. I have some cat scratches on my hand, but this one, like I said, when I start using it, it won't take long to finish off. I have some NARS lipsticks here. At this point, I'm going to hang on to all of them. I have some of the satin lipsticks here, and then the ones that don't have that little stripe at the top up here like these ones do. These are the satin ones. These are the Velvet Matte lipsticks. I love the Velvet Matte formula, and I especially like this one here. This is in Iberico. Again, bright orange. Fluorescent orange kind of lipstick, just a touch deeper than the Kat Von D one, but I like how these wear. So I have Iberico, I have a Velvet Matte in Cruella, and then in the satin formula I have Descanso, I have Rakugian, and then You. You might be getting decluttered just because it's hard to wear such a bright lipstick shade like that and have it move around. If this was a matte formula, I would be 1,000 times happier. Rakugian is a bit hard for me to wear just because it's such a dark rosy kind of tone on my lips, but when you swatch it out, it looks great. And then Descanso is more of like a peachy sort of color. So I don't know, Descanso and Rakugian, all three of these, if I'm not into the formula by the end of 2018, they're gonna go. The last three here, this one I know for sure can just be tossed. This is from Make. I never reach for this. I'd much rather reach for something a little bit darker, so I think I'm gonna let this one go. Pass this one on to like a niece or something, just so they can get a taste for a brighter lipstick. I also have this one here. This is from the Birchbox line, LOC, Love of Color, when Tati Westbrook was having a little collaboration with them. This one is in Purple Rain, and I really like the tone of this. So you can put it on really sheer, or you can actually build it up a little bit. So I'm going to hang on to this for a little bit, test it out with the satin, the NARS satin lipstick formula, and see how I feel about all those. Maybe I'll do another 30 days of lipstick for 2018. And then the last one in this category is from Burberry. It's just a really small one. This one actually was in my 30 days of lipstick video. This one is in Military Red, number 109. It's the most beautiful lipstick ever. If this was matte, I would keep this and wear it in a heartbeat, but I need to try it out a couple more times. I had made my mind up that I was just going to declutter it, but everyone had made comments that it looked really nice, so I'm going to try it out one or two more times, and then if I'm not into it still, then I'll just declutter it. So not much progress from this first bin here, but I was able to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lipsticks here. So I'll set these off to the side and move on to that bin over there.